Hello, I'm Chris from the FPL Dude and welcome back to another Fantasy Premier League video for the 2021-2022 season. In today's video I will be revealing you my team selection now for game week 1. I have not posted any videos in almost 2 weeks. I have missed a lot to be posting this, but I was on a vacation, I was resting and having a good time. Now I'm back and ready to post even more videos than I previously did. Only this time I believe that my videos might just be a bit longer. I will try to explain a bit more in depth on some decisions that I make, as previously my videos were around 8 to 10 minutes and many did criticize me because I did not explain enough those choices I made. So this time my videos are going to be a bit increased. I hope that's not a problem. If the audience or you want me to post those short videos again, I can get back to them as well. Now let's begin with the team. As you can see here, I have no selected players right now. I will start with the goalkeepers. The first one that I believe should be the goalkeeper that everybody needs in their team is actually Sanchez. He costs only 4.5 million. I believe that he's an excellent goalkeeper to own, mainly because of that price and mainly because Brighton did had very good defense last season. Sanchez did very good and their upcoming fixtures do look amazing as well. It's Burnley, Watford, Everton, Brentford, Leicester, Crystal Palace, Arsenal. They could potentially keep it clean in many of them. Now to go for those defenders, I will go first for those starting defenders. The first one is going to be Cresswell, Kufol, I guess, 0.5 million less than Cresswell. If you got the money, that I strongly recommend for you to go for Cresswell, as he is the better player out of these two. But Kufol still does possess very good attacking potential now, as Lamptey is injured and some other 4.5 million defender was injured and out of the way too. So we need to upgrade to 5 million defenders for them to actually have some attacking return potential. As for the next one that I'm going to bring in is Alexander-Arnold. Everybody is going to go for Alexander-Arnold. Let me just check his team selected. 30%, it was not by everybody, but I guess many more people are going to bring in him towards the beginning of the season and when the season starts, as I believe that Liverpool are going to be able to do extremely good now for the beginning of the season. They play against Norwich, Burnley. It's a tough game against Chelsea, but it's Leeds, Crystal Palace and Brentford. They could potentially keep it clean in all of these fixtures, and I believe that Trent Alexander-Arnold is that kind of fullback that actually likes to deliver tons of balls into the box, but everybody already know that. I believe that I should go for Alexander-Arnold instead of Robertson, as Robertson does seem to play a bit more deep. The next one I'm going to bring in is Luke Shaw. There were some rumors that he was injured, but I believe that he's fit and ready, that he will actually be playing for that first game week. Why I go for Shaw is because he was one of the most magnificent fullbacks in the whole Premier League last season. Even though he did not play the whole season, he was not a guaranteed starter for the first 10, then he got into the first starting team as he was doing very good. He did very good for England this summer for the tournament as well. I believe that Shaw is only going to continue to do good. Manchester United has pretty tricky fixture, but they're not the toughest guys. They play against Leeds, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle, so they could potentially keep it clean, but Shaw is very attacking minded fullback, so he could get himself involved in some attacking return as well. As for those midfielders now to go for, the first one is going to be Salah. I believe that he's a template player, he's the most elite player in the game, costs most of all players, him and Kane. He's 12.5 million. Now I believe that he's going to be able to do very good now in those first few fixtures. Now if not him, then Mane could potentially surprise and do better than Salah. I guess it's like 30-70% that Salah will do better, but Mane still does have those 20-30% and could potentially surprise. But I believe that Salah should be in my team and your team as well, as he's on penalties as well. So if a penalty opportunity comes, it will actually be Salah to take it. When we are talking about penalty takers, then we could even discuss Manchester United penalty taker Bruno Fernandes. He did had a fantastic season. He has played extremely good since the day he joined Manchester United 1.5 years ago, until like 1 month the tournament ended, the league ended. I believe that Fernandes is going to be able to continue to do good even this season. Manchester United's team have even increased in quality. They did sign few quality players that could potentially help them even league the Premier League title this season and even compete in the Champions League. I believe that Fernandes is going to be their key player, and as I've said, he's on penalties and even some free kicks, so he is expected to do good. As for the next player that I'm going to bring in now to be my starter, I believe that I could potentially go for Buendia. Now, if I compare Buendia and Rafinha's fixtures, as you can see, he plays against Watford, Newcastle, Brentford, and it's a tough Chelsea game, but then he could potentially score against Everton, tough Manchester United, and Tottenham games. This is where you could potentially change him out if he does not perform. Many other players want to go for Rafinha, but I just don't really like his beginning fixtures. It's United first. It's Everton, they are okay, but Burnley are a tough defense. It's Liverpool after that, it's West Ham. I mean, they're very tricky fixtures, so I actually do not expect Leeds. What was this? Rafael Diaz. Okay, so I don't expect Leeds to actually be able to do good. Guys, to go for the last midfielder now. And why I went for Buendia? Because they have good fixtures. Buendia did play very good last season for that Norwich team. Now he is moved to Aston Villa. Aston Villa did bought Ings, they did sell Grealish, they are moving players around a lot throughout the Premier League. I believe that they are actually building a team that will be able to dominate this Premier League. Perhaps not win it, but they have very good chance to actually finish in the top 6. As for the next player that I'm going to bring in now, is a player from that Leeds team, and it's Barnes, 7 million. I believe that he was one of the better midfielders last season, very underpriced player. He did manage to play only 2,000 minutes. He lost out on 1,100 minutes because of injury, not because he was rotated or he was bad or benched or something like that. He did manage to score 9 goals and 5 assists in 2,000 minutes. So I believe if he is able to be fit now and ready to play, he is going to get himself involved in goals, guys. They have tricky fixtures. They play against Wolves. That's where I believe they could potentially do good. West Ham defense have not been one of the best. Norwich, they are just the newcomers. I believe that Leicester should potentially be able to win them. City is the tricky one. Brighton, Burnley, Crystal Palace. So their fixtures are preferable. As for those strikers now that I'm going to bring into my team, the first one is Antonio, 7.5 million. I don't think that I need to discuss him that much. He's a very good player. He plays very good no matter the opposition. If he plays against Brighton, Burnley or Liverpool or Manchester City, for him it does not seem to make any difference. I believe that Antonio could potentially score against anyone. The only problem with him is that he's not usually fit. So even if he does get to play now game week 1, game week 2, game week 3, I expect him to get injured along the way. So we could potentially have the need to actually change him out, guys. As for the next player that I'm going to go for right now is the striker from Newcastle, Wilson. I believe that Wilson should potentially be able to do good. Newcastle has very preferable fixtures. They play against West Ham, Aston Villa, Southampton and Manchester United. Then it's Leeds, Watford, so they could potentially score a couple of goals in these ones. In this one, if somebody is going to get himself involved in a goal from that Newcastle team, then I believe that is going to be Wilson. As for the last striker that I'm going to bring in now to be my starting striker, it is going to be Tony. I previously had Iheanacho, but there are rumors that he might miss out on game week 1. I am not sure what I'm going to do. I might just bring him back towards the end. For the last bench replacement, now I will just go for whoever, 4 millions. You need to go for whoever, guys, as well. Not just this whoever, but whoever. I'm sorry. Whoever you want to, guys. It does not really matter who you actually go for the last bench replacement, as I intend to have this strong starting 11. For the goalkeeper replacement, I'm just going to go for another 4 million players. I don't really care who that is as long as he costs 4 millions. Goalkeeper, and he's not from some popular team, so you do not want to triple up. Like, you could potentially go for Foster, 4.5 millions. Virginia, you might want to triple up on Everton along the way, so you do not want him in your team. You might want to triple up on Arsenal. We never know, their form might turn around. Arsenal are very good and strong elite team. They're my favorites, that's why I said that, but they are just playing terrible lately. For the last goalkeeper replacement now, I could potentially go for Gunnarsson, Brentford. I don't think that I will ever triple up on Brentford this season. This is the reason why I go for him. Now for my first and my second bench replacement. My second bench replacement is Brownhill. Starter, costs only 4.5 million. I believe that he could potentially get himself involved in some attacking return, but that is not the reason why I have him. He's there just as a backup to get those 2 or 3 points if somebody else does not get to start, is rotated or something similar. As for the last defender that I'm going to bring in right now, I'm a bit unsure. I did actually had planned Lamptey. And I did have Iheanacho, but I did hear that Iheanacho is being injured, so I need to downgrade Iheanacho, and I find this as an opportunity to actually upgrade my injured Lamptey to perhaps Target. Target does seem to be a fullback. He plays for Aston Villa. Aston Villa could potentially earn a few clean sheet because they do have Martinez, one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. I believe that most of the times I am going to captain Salah for those games where Salah fails to perform or I think that he will not get good results, then I will captain Fernandes. Guys, if you thought this video was of any fun or helpful, then please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if that is something you have not done already. Thank you for watching and see you next time.